Let's talk about hiring for a moment. Now, we're in the business of working with companies from a management perspective, leadership perspective, a sales perspective. So hiring often falls into those buckets for us. But these principles that I'm going to talk about really quick apply to any position that you might be hiring for. Number one, do you have a model for how you go about hiring? In other words, do you have a set of criteria for that position that you have defined to say this is the ideal candidate? So if not, you should have a model for the position, not the individual you're replacing, not the individual you're looking for, but what does the role require? And set up that model so that you know exactly what the position requires. You can then match that up in your interviewing process through the questions you ask. Hopefully, you're using third-party assessments so that when you have more than one candidate, you can have a means by which you evaluate those candidates separately. You may have a scoring matrix, but first and foremost, set up a model. Second thing is we've got to base the interview in reality. Often managers will ask very soft, closed-end questions, yes/no questions, or they'll ask questions that inadvertently lead the prospect to give the answer that we're looking for. We want to put the same amount of pressure on a candidate that they're going to see in their day-to-day. For example, if I want somebody to get out and network and meet new individuals, or I want them to get out and make phone calls as part of their prospecting efforts, I may slide the phone over to them and say, hey, let's make a couple of calls, or hey, let's walk down the hall and I want to introduce you to some people that you might be selling, right? I'm not looking to actually have them do that necessarily. What I'm looking for is their initial response. Are they willing to engage in those activities? If there's hesitation, I need to take that into consideration. Hopefully these are helpful. If you are having challenges with hiring the right managers, the right leaders, the right sales professionals, reach out. We're always here to help. Good leading, good selling.